Okay, so now we are live. Hello.
It takes a second to.
Social media. We're live on social media. We did not choose to go live on the network.
Oh, there it is. Now it's working. Shit.
We're
I feel like. Yeah, I feel like.
So, welcome to the first podcast with David and Bernadette.
I like Vidcast. I hate that podcast because podcast always says audio and it's video, Vidcast. But you know what?
You just want to create something new.
don't wanna be the
Podcast
same.
is interchangeable with audio.
Right,
Some
I mean,
podcasts have video. So,
Okay.
but welcome. Thank you for joining us. Whether you're watching us live or whether you're going to be watching us post live, we're here to just kind of talk to you about us, what we're doing now, and what we've done in the past. Maybe give a little bit of history on how we came to be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I thought we were live earlier, and I was just talking to the camera, but really, it wasn't. It said live, but it wasn't going anywhere. But now, I guess now we are going somewhere, and there. I was basically saying that I am not used to being in front of the camera. I'm not, I guess, comfortable. So I can get awkward, maybe lose my thoughts. But I will try. I will try my best, guys. Who's ever? I will try to just put any little apprehensions I have about being in front of the camera, and just do it. That's what it's about anyway, right?
Yeah.
We move past things that we're not. That's what makes you grow in life, is that you challenge yourself by doing things that are not comfortable. And the more times you do things that are not comfortable for you, that's how you can grow and begin to expand what you're able to do. So, are you going to be on your phone?
I'm sorry. You're right.
See, that's another thing about us.
Is
David loves his phone. David's phone is his second, his mini-me.
I'm sorry. You know what? And I'm sorry, you guys. I was letting people know. Oh, by the way, we're live. But it's just us here in the stage room. So if I don't.
Okay. Right now we're getting a little bit boring. So
Okay.
let's just start it off, guys. So we've been married for about 30.
Oh my God.
31 years. I think this year.
Jesus.
Did we make 31 this year?
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, I think. Did we? I think we made.
Oof.
Yes, we made 31. We've been married for 31 years.
Hey, how old is our oldest daughter?
She'll be 31 this year, so that's how we know.
That's how we know.
Right?
Sasha. That's our.
Yeah, that's how we know. We did date 3 years before, so
Yes.
I count those. I count those years as well. So that's 34 years together.
Wow.
34 years strong. So we've learned a lot about each other and our weaknesses, our strengths, and I think we've grown up together.
Yeah.
I think that would be fair to say.
Yeah.
I was 17 when I met David. I'm not gonna tell you his age. Don't y'all ask. Don't y'all ask his age.
My wife was the
not
leader
so
of the
bad.
brownie troop she was in. I'm just playing. I was just playing. I always say that. No, I said I wasn't much older, but she. Women are always more mature for their age. So I did not know she was 17. You really just told her you were 17.
I know. I told you I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable being
Oh shit!
in front of the camera. So I told you I might get a little awkward. I might say something I wasn't intending on saying, and it came out.
Oh Jesus! Once it's out there, it's out there.
You know what? Okay. Forget that. Forget what I said.
Too late.
Let's start all over.
So we basically grew up together. Not grew up together like we met. No, we met at the mall.
Yeah.
Which is funny. So some kids who may not know, a mall was a place where people went to buy things. It was like an Amazon, but you walked inside. Yeah.
The mall was the bomb. Okay.
There were arcades
The mall.
you would go to.
I didn't go to the arcade. Who went to the arcades? I mean, I didn't go to the arcades. We met at Bayfair Mall in San Leandro, and I was in Cascade. We went to Cascade. We would chill in Cascades, and eat food or just kind of chill, walk around the stores, look at the different things in there, maybe pick up something or other, you know. That's when you used to even go to the record store.
Yeah, they were record
Yeah,
stores.
it was like I don't know what, I think it was cassette tapes or CDs that you would be
Ooh,
buying.
that was before.
You could still buy albums
that
because
was
people who
before.
were still doing DJing, they were buying records.
That was before CDs, honey. That was like cassette tapes and vinyl.
No.
You could remember the warehouse records. You could go there. You could make your
Yeah,
own.
yeah, you could
like,
still
thing,
buy
yeah.
records though.
So
You
anyway,
still could buy
without
records.
dating ourselves, as we've already done, I would
So-
just say I was there.
Okay,
and
do you want to say what year or no? No, we don't want to say what year. Okay, we
you
don't
already
have to
put
say
out
what year.
there. You said you was 13. I mean, hell, you get a police on their way. What the hell? Okay, I'm just saying that we man, and it's so funny because another friend of mine, who she takes credit for our introduction, but a friend of ours, Monica, whom we love, I was actually there to the mall with her because she's like, Dave, I need to go to the mall to buy something. And I was like, now this is a story, it was a card about DJs. They had, this is going way back, but basically it was a card I wanted to get, and I had it on layaway. This is a thing. Layaway was a
Layaway.
Layaway was a
Layaway.
way. You put money down and you pay on it.
You were that responsible? You really actually made payments, and you were actually able to.
That black coat.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I went there. I was like, well, I got to pay on my coat anyway, so I might as well go there. And so Monica was there, and going off Macy's, wherever she was shopping. I went to DJ's, and I saw her coming out of Cascades, and I was like, who is that tall?
I spotted you while I was in Cascades, so I saw you first.
Oh.
I saw him first.
Oh, well, thank you.
I didn't think I had a shot though, so I was really surprised. But yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of followed her. 3 days later, I was out the bushes of her house, and I was looking.
Yeah. So like, you remember when Bayfair had 2 elevators? There was a elevator inside of Cascades, right?
Oh, it was right that went up there. Yeah.
And there was an elevator over.
Toys R Us.
No, it was by Montgomery Ward's.
Oh, shit.
Was it the Montgomery Ward's?
Ooh.
Was it Montgomery Ward's? What was it?
It was
there was a Woolworths in Bayfair, but no, it had already closed down. The Woolworths had already closed down.
Oh my God. Oh.
But I think it was Montgomery Ward's. It's where Target is now, but I think it was Montgomery Ward's before that. Help me if there's somebody who knows what that store was. Anyway, there was an elevator out there. It was glass too. So, you go and you go to the next level, and David was posted, and I was still peeping him out as we went up the elevator. And then what you do? Did you wave? Did you wave? I think you waved.
I waved, and she was like, me? I was like, you've been chosen. No, you guys, stop. I'll tell you guys, this is so funny because this is back in the 80s. So this is back in the 80s.
80s, yeah.
I remember you guys. I took a picture of it when I went to this club, and maybe in post I'll show that picture. But I just knew I was fly. She looked at the picture. She said, "You look so damn gay." And I was like,
wait. Is that the picture where you had the satin, like it was a satin,
it was in.
What was the Last Dragon? He had it was like a Last Dragon kind of shirt, real silky, satiny. But I think it was it pink? Was it pink? I think it was pink.
Men was wearing that.
And your pants, they were kind of satiny too.
Damn, you just say. And then I had these plainy boots. Yeah, I was looking back. You ever look back?
But no, you didn't make me like that. I didn't see you like that. I know exactly what you were wearing. You had the boots. You had the weird Robin Hood black boots on, and you didn't see them. But you did have some nice beige canvas pants and a black leather, suede leather like jacket.
Yes, that was what I had on. That I put on. Yeah, layaway.
Really?
Actually, wait a minute. No, wait a minute.
How are you gonna be getting it from layaway and then wearing it in the mall?
Okay, that wasn't it. I was
You're confused.
You're right. I was confused.
He's confused.
I was confused. But I did pay on something at DJ's that day. But I had something.
You know what? You told me you went to get a belt.
And I probably did. I'm sorry. Only child here.
I remember stuff. He don't always remember stuff.
I had money out the oodles. I don't even know why I had it on layaway. But anyway,
Have you ever had stuff on layaway and you like had every intention of getting it off layaway, but it was really only one payment that you put down and you just never was able?
How many stores?
See, how many people know that struggle? How many people know the struggle that you even made 2 payments or even 3 payments and then just couldn't make any more and then it got lost and that was like you were really mad at.
Yeah.
That was a struggle.
So
layaway struggle.
So yes. So fast forward. I go fast forward over like 4 children, right? We wound up having our first daughter, and we moved to Buffalo actually, because I was actually working as an EMT. I went to EMT school in California. Couldn't seem to find a job, and I am kind of the person that.
Like skip over that we even got married, you know.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That that we dated first and we got married and chose to have children. You know, I don't think we didn't choose that. We didn't choose to have children.
Yeah.
We were irresponsible.
Yeah,
We were irresponsible.
I wonder, do we know anybody who just said we're planned? It was a planned pregnancy? No, it wasn't planned. Sasha, we love you. You just popped up, baby. You just popped up. So then we
divine, right?
Yes. Then we went to Buffalo, New York, where I was born and raised, and I went there because I was like, I'm gonna get a job, and so I was going through the paramedic school. If you went there, I heard the state will pay for your training. I went back there, got the house, sent my daughter and wife who came on the train.
Oh, that was a wonderful ride too. It was 3 days. We didn't have a sleeper. She was in a car. It was in the car. And she had her car. She was probably more comfortable than me because she had this rocking car seat, you know. But I was eating in the car every night.
Wow. And it was so funny. We get there, and so we're like a new married couple with a baby, and we in Buffalo, New York. And if you've ever been to Buffalo, New York, I'm sorry. Okay, but
actually, I'm gonna say the good parts. Dave, he's a little tainted because he's from Buffalo, so he knows the Buffalo struggle, and he knows the Buffalo hood. So when we moved out there, our apartment was right in front of a park. It was beautiful. 68 Days Park.
Oh, you remember?
Yes, it was a beautiful. Okay. Me and Sasha came in the fall, and so I've only seen this in movies. But there were literally piles of leaves that you could jump into. You know, in California, you didn't really see trees.
There are seasons like that.
At least not in Oakland. Not in Oakland. Maybe we didn't have the right kind of trees. But, the park was just filled with trees that leaves were like all over the place. It was beautiful gold and brown colors all over. There were no homeless.
I don't remember seeing.
But I think because it would get too cold either.
Yeah, they were freezing.
There were no people asking you for anything. So all I could guess was that the economy was doing well.
Well, you know, this is back in, what year is this? This is back in
This is 1990.
Because I'd already finished AT school, so this is 92, right? Because I got AT school in 91.
This is 1993.
93.
This is 1993.
So we go there, and so you guys, this is where it gets funny. So, in anticipation for my wife and my newborn daughter coming to Buffalo, I was gonna make sure everything was great. I went and got I stayed there for my cousin for a few weeks. Antoine, love you. Stayed there with him and his wife at the time for a few weeks. And then I went, got my own apartment. Now this is back when you didn't do no credit check. You showed up, you saw in the paper, and you saw that there was apartments for rent. You went there, you looked around, you said, okay, and they're like, well, we need
look, just back up. You searched for a place to live with the paper. It was a newspaper where you searched. Yes. You had a pen, you circled.
It was the Courier Express or the Buffalo Evening News newspaper. I went there with the pen and I circled where I wanted to get. Now, I didn't have a car. I didn't have a car at that point. So I would get on the bus and I would take the bus around and go see.
Oh, but there was something. It was the pre-Uber. For those who don't know, there was a pre-Uber. So in New York, there was something called gypsy cabs.
Oh, gypsy cab.
Gypsy cabs. So
okay.
your uncle, your auntie, whatever, they had a car, they didn't have nothing to do, they were retired.
Yeah.
They would
Yeah, like
they would just pull up
yeah.
by the store,
and
like,
you'd be like, where you going? Okay, I'll do that for
yeah,
$5.
$5, $10,
Take
get the
you
car,
where
they
you're going.
take you.
Yes, yes.
So we didn't have that in California.
No.
We were
no.
told it was like stranger danger. Like, don't get in nobody's car, you might not ever come home.
Right.
So, but in New York, they had gypsy cabs.
Yeah, I don't really remember taking a taxi. It was either like a gypsy cab or the bus. Anyway, so I went and I'm looking around, and because of where I was got a job at the ambulance company. As soon as I got there, I went to the ambulance company, had to do a test. I did a written test. They said, okay, you're hired. I said, okay, great. I got to tell you this funny story about that too. So I'm like, well, I need to find a place. And I'm like, well, since I got no car, I'm going to see if there's something around here. And I found a place, which is about 2 blocks down from where I was going to be working at, the ambulance company, and it was Days Park. So that's where.
That's how you found it? I never knew that.
That's how I found it.
I never knew how he found it.
Yes.
I thought you just said that you circled in a newspaper to find a place.
Yeah, because I had to look. I didn't just walk down. I looked in the place at what was around where I was going to be working.
Okay.
That's how I found it.
Okay.
So I go down there, and here's the thing. When she arrived, I wanted her to look like I got it together. I mean, the house was furnished, couch, bedroom set, everything.
Yeah.
But what I had done is I got it from Rent-A-Center.
No, it wasn't Rent-A-Center.
Oh, no, what was it called?
It was Spectrum Rent.
Oh, Spectrum. Oh,
yeah.
let
We
me
will.
tell you,
It will
we'll never
forever
forget.
be etched in our minds. Spectrum Rent.
Let me tell you Spectrum Rent. And the reason it be etched in our mind is because
Jim. Jim from Spectrum. If you're out there, you scared the living.
Mother, if I ever catch you, brother, all these years later. So what happened was I fell behind the payments, and this wasn't where they see any collections. They was like knocking at the door.
Yeah.
For some people to move
Like,
the
we
stuff
see,
off.
we know you in
Yeah.
there.
So they knocked at the door. We quiet, right? Now this we get no
know
cell
you in
phones.
there.
This is before cell phones. But Jim had a cell phone. I don't know how he got it, but Jim had a cell phone. So he called.
Well, no, there were cell
I'm
phones
thinking,
in the 90s.
Well, I didn't have a cell phone. Nobody I knew had a cell phone.
Actually, David was spoiled. When I met David, he had a big Motorola.
Okay.
What is it called? A mobile phone, mobile
That's
car
so
phones. They come in a big old huge case. They were so heavy. So heavy, and yeah, so he had one of those.
I forgot there was a car phone. It was the kind you got literally like you pick it up. It was so funny because, okay, just segueing for a minute. You pick it up, and I would put it on this ear so I'm driving. People could see the lit dial and know I had a car phone. Yeah, I was doing shit like that. Anyway, when we got to Buffalo, I didn't have that because my mom got me.
Yeah, you had a wife and a kid, and so you had to make money, not
correct,
spend money, right?
So yeah, so I would be on there. I'd be doing like 12-hour shifts on the ambulance. So I fell behind on the payments. So Jim from Spectrum came to pick up the stuff. And at this time, her sister and her boyfriend, her husband-to-be, were there, and our cousin was there.
Yes.
So they was all living with us.
Yes, so my
California, all
cousin
living
came
with us.
down because he was going to help watch our daughter while I got a job.
Yes.
And so he came down, and it was all cool.
I'm sorry, we're going back real quick. The reason he came down to watch her, we were so grateful for him to come down to watch her, is because one night I was at work, and I got a call from dispatch, and it said Unit 512, dispatch Unit 512. We were like, okay, I'm about to get off work in about an hour and a half. I'm like, we got another call, damn, because we normally have to go clean the ambulance. He said, we just want you to know that your daughter's gonna be okay.
Listen, I'm not a bad mom. Listen, okay. We had just moved into this apartment. I was trying to prepare a meal. Okay.
She was new.
I was still trying to prepare. Sasha was on the floor. The floor was clean. And she had just toddled over to the back door, which was in the same room as the kitchen. I didn't think anything of it. But then she was just like down there. And so I was like, what are you doing? I turned around, I walked over, picked her up, and her mouth is full of blood. And I am like, and I'm like trying to get him. There's glass in her mouth. So I don't know. Apparently the glass must have been broken and they repaired it, but they never really got inside of the crease from where the
and children will
door.
find stuff. Yes.
Children find stuff. And
less
so,
than
you
two
know,
appearance, you're
she didn't
pretty
really
much
have many teeth, so, you know,
And I guess no feeling. She was just chewing, and from what she tells me, she just smiled, just blood over. So she
it was embarrassing.
had to call 911.
Yes.
Now, from what I found out later, is anytime an address pops up for the staff and it's flagged, this is the house of one of the staff members, they make sure that that ambulance is not dispatched to that location. So I was basically kind of pushed. I was somewhere else in the city, and they sent another ambulance, but then they let me know over dispatching. All the other ambulances.
Yeah, they looked at her. She didn't have to go in. They
You didn't want to
checked
go
her.
in. When I tell you didn't want the bill, so you were just like, sorry, Sasha, again. So
I'm like, I feel the bus wheels rolling over me.
so yes, so they tell me
She was fine. They said she was fine.
So if I tell your daughter is okay, my daughter's okay, and I'm like, I have no way of calling her anything, and I'm like, and so then I get out the thing and I call dispatch, you know, on the inside line. They say, yeah, your daughter.
How did we get here? How did we get talking about
Because
this?
we're talking about where your cousin
Because
came
it just
from
makes me
California.
look bad.
Okay, why your cousin came
It
from
makes me look bad, and I don't think we should be touching.
Okay.
Is this
I'm just saying,
interesting?
so basically, long story short, Sasha's fine. She's got 2 children of her own now.
Yeah, she's good.
wonderful,
She
yes.
survived.
She made her hearty.
She survived.
survived.
She didn't die.
But did it kill her? Right, it made her hearty.
She didn't die.
So going forward, we were all in the house, and I held the bill for Spectrum rents. And I was working just to keep food on the table, keep the Niagara Mohawk and the gas.
How? We were both working.
We were both working.
Full time.
But-
Matter of fact, I took on a second job.
Yeah.
So I was working Monday through Friday, and on Saturdays and Sundays, I took my little thin tail and got a job at Lane Bryant, believe it or not. I know the women just wasn't feeling me a few times.
Yeah, 'cause
but
she was-
I worked at Lane Bryant, and I worked at M&T Bank and loan processing Monday through Friday, and we were still having issues.
And I was doing 12-hour shifts. I
How?
was picking up extra shifts because let me tell you why. If anybody's watching this from Niagara, Mohawk, and Buffalo, New York, you're wrong. You're wrong.
You
It's
rob
2 less
people.
shoes.
You rob people.
We had like an electricity bill of like $60 and a gas bill of $8,000 because in Buffalo, the gas is how you stay warm. And come from California.
Yeah, it was 2. You had electricity
from Niagara Mohawk.
and then you had a gas, so there was 2 bills. It wasn't like
Wait a
PG&E
minute.
is
It was
together.
Niagara
It was
Mohawk was electricity and natural fuel gas. Natural fuel gas was the gas company,
they were a big bill.
and they're still
I mean, this
there.
is a 2-bedroom apartment.
Wait, 2
And
bedroom?
it was a 2
No,
bedroom.
it was not.
Yes, it was, because Carlton had a bedroom.
Oh,
but
okay.
it never
okay.
got furnished, so he never really was in there, and it was too cold in there anyway. So
Real quick
this-
thing, one winter, right? This is so funny, you guys. One winter, as everybody here, so it's me, Bernadette, Sasha the baby, Carlton, cousin, Amber, and John. So what is that?
one of the
1, 2,
coldest
3.
winters that Buffalo
Yes,
had in
5.
over 20 years.
Yes. So we're here, so it's really cold. And of course, you turn on the heat. So what happened was our neighbor, a friend of mine, said what I do in her house was always warm.
It was really warm.
And she said, what you gotta do is you gotta get some like plastic wrap
gotta
on the
insulate. You gotta
the windows.
insulate.
So we go to the store, and it wasn't like a Walmart. I don't know where we got the stuff. M&A's. It was Woolworths. We went down to Woolworths. They were still open, and we got this plastic wrap, and we took all the time wrapping the windows.
Yes.
And I remember after we were done.
Because it was such a beautiful apartment because there was windows
all
all
the way
over.
around.
It was beautiful.
So we got all the windows covered in this plastic wrap and everything like she said to do it. We all stood back, and you could see the windows, the plastic wrap, like undulating. And I remember Carlton said, that was a cousin, he said, we're all gonna die. Because we could not keep the cold inside. We had one of those heaters.
No, we couldn't keep the cold outside.
Right,
So,
right, it was already inside.
so we
right.
couldn't get warm.
Right. And so you sit on we had this heater, radiant heater, God bless you, if you hope you never have to experience this. You had to sit on it to stay warm.
And then you would get burned.
Yes.
So it was hot when you are like a centimeter from it.
Right.
But if you were 2 inches from it, you
was
could barely
cold.
feel it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they were basically giving us heat without giving us heat. Like, I don't think there was a fan. They needed a fan. They needed to kind of push the warmth out. But I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
so basically, so just going back
We were
to the whole
cold.
thing, right?
We were cold.
Trying to keep the gas on. So that's why I fell behind on the payments for the couch, for the bedroom set. I think that's what we had.
We
Couch
had the
bedroom set.
bedroom set, yeah, with all the dressers and all the
Oh,
armoires and all the
it was
nice.
fully furnished. So he was knocking on the door. We all like, right? And so
I know you're in there.
Yeah, I know you're in there. I know you're in there. And I'm like, right? So finally the phone rings and I'm like, hello? And he's like, yeah, I knew you was in there. And I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit. Because I ain't know nothing about a cell phone. I forgot that people do have them. I didn't have one. So I'm like, how's he calling?
You know who had them? People on music videos had them. No, I mean early '90s. I'm sure there were people that had cell phones. We was late to the party.
So
we were late to the cell phone party.
Yeah. So long story short, we wind up conceiving our second child. Hi, Kai.
Yeah, because
yes,
it was we conceived Kai because it was cold.
Yeah, we had to get it cold. We had no cable, so
it was cold. That's all we had to. I think we told Kai that.
Baby. That was like cold baby.
It was cold.
So yes. So then after my wife became pregnant with our second child, she was like,
No, I got sick. I mean, I had really bad morning sickness. I couldn't do anything. I don't care. I couldn't go to work. I couldn't get up out the bed. It was all day long throwing up. Couldn't keep down. It was awful. I couldn't work. So and then I was scared. I wanted to go back to California.
She wanted to go back home. She was like, her mom was right there, and then she was like, go. So I put her. You flew, right? You flew.
Yeah.
Put her and our daughter, and they went back. And so, meanwhile, my sister-in-law, her husband, boyfriend at the time, they had already left. They went on a bus and they had left to go back to California.
Yes.
So it was just me and my cousin Carlton. It was her cousin was like my cousin. So we were there, and we were kind of feeling homesick too. And he was like, "What are we gonna do?" And I said, "Well," and I was up for a promotion.
And not only was he up for a promotion, I mean, I think I still would have came. I left. You were going to be following me anyway.
Yeah.
You were going to follow me anyway. Yeah. Even though he was in school, I was sick and I don't know. We weren't making good decisions. We probably should have just held to it, but it was cold. Yeah, and I was sick and I just wanted to go home.
It was. And it was around winter time. It was still winter time. And so I told Carlton, I said, you know what? Friday, no, I think it was Thursday. He said it was my last day. I said, I'm leaving. And at this point, we'd already bought a car. We had a car.
Yeah.
So we bought a car, and I said,
and disclaimer, we were young.
We were young.
We were young. I mean, I wasn't even 21. I think I was 20.
Yeah. And I think I was like, what, 37? Shit.
It ain't that bad. It ain't that bad.
So basically, long story short, she went back to California. That final day, I was supposed to work the weekend. I left a message to my supervisor on the phone saying, "Thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. It's so great. But I got to go back to California. My wife's already left. I won't be coming back. Y'all can keep my last check." What the hell? So, matter of fact, I had just gotten paid, but they owe me another week. So I should go back to this day and go, "Excuse me, I need
over.
$250.
Well, he was more responsible than me. I was so sick, I didn't even call. They were trying to hire me. Really messed that up. But when you're in pain, sometimes you just don't think straight. It's like,
and so this is what this is about, you guys. If you're going through something, you go, "I can't believe I had to do this." And what was the purpose to that? Everything you do, no matter how it may seem in life, will always be done to prepare you for what's coming next.
That's true.
Always for what's coming next.
God's
me like that. So,
okay, so we've been talking quite a bit about just stupid stuff, but a little bit about us.
Yeah. You want to get to
a little bit about our beginnings.
Because we never really know about who we are as people. And so that was something. So we came back and I wind up, and I should speak
There's a whole lot of different things that we've done, but at least you know that we thrived in the East Coast in one of their coldest winters.
Yeah.
and then we didn't really pass because we left before winter was over. We couldn't hang.
Thank God. So
We couldn't hang.
Yeah. When came in here, I worked as an EMT. Worked came back to New York. I worked as came in here, worked as an ER tech in the hospital. Went back to school. Became a computer engineer. Worked during the .com.
Okay, you're not trying to give the whole story. What?
Okay, I'm just saying so they know. Medical, computer engineering. Then got into photography. Now.
No, you were doing David was doing photography when we met.
Okay,
Matter of fact,
yes.
he handed me a business
Oh my
card.
God! Yes.
When I met him with his number on it, and my friend was like, "Oh, he gonna make you." I'm not even gonna say it.
She told your friend told her he gonna make you take naked pictures.
Like, no, he's not. Anyway, and he didn't. And I think a month into our courtship, he gave me a nice coupon for a family portrait. And we had it on our refrigerator hanging up, and I was like, I hit the big time. He got his own business. He's a photographer. I was just like blown away, so proud. Come on, you were big time. It's okay.
It's so funny that I told her, yeah, I'm giving you a coupon for a family portrait. One of my employees will come out and take your pictures. Employees.
Tycho, if you're here, we love you. We haven't seen you in a while.
That was my man. He was the one that would help me with the photography, and that was to be my employee. They got in there and took me up with that offer because
I know. I'm like, what happened? I don't know what happened to that coupon.
I know.
I think it was for $100 too.
Wow. So
he was just writing it like. He was writing.
Oh God. Okay. So. God, you make me look all kind of.
Okay, so you made me look like so.
Wow. So this is.
All right, you guys. So we're gonna be closing down the live stream today. This is just the start. We're gonna be doing more, and I promise you, we're really gonna be getting to the meat of business. We're gonna be getting to the meat of entrepreneurship, and even the meat of just moves and things that you can do, and mindset, and just a lot of the different things that we've learned over the years. I mean, the countless books I've read and I've discussed with you. So it's just like you read it too.
Let me just tell you, when I was going through EMT school and everything, she used to have to read the books with me because she had to test me. So you can't test me if you don't know the stuff.
I knew what he learned.
Yeah.
Even when he's going to school for getting your doctorates and everything,
Yeah.
I was there going through, learning all the different things. So,
yes.
Matter of fact, you're still in school for naturopathic medicine. And that's an incredible field, an incredible line of study. Naturopathic medicine, wow, it's incredible.
Yeah, the thing is, never stop learning.
Never stop learning.
Never stop learning.
Never stop
learning. My mom always used to say that the minute you stop thinking, you start thinking you know everything, is when you truly don't.
Okay, so now you guys learned a little bit about us. So thank you for tuning into thank you for being patient with our Logorrhea.
Yes,
about ourselves,
that's the word
about
for
us.
today. That's the word of the day. Logorrhea. So thank you guys so much. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments, and we definitely answer them. Yes. And how are we going to be doing this? We're going to try and do this when again? Well,
I think we can commit to once a week, guys, because we are.
I want to do it every day. Okay, once a week.
Once a week. So stay tuned, and we'll. But we're hoping to just kind of let people know a little bit more about who we are, things we've done, and what we're doing today, and all the incredible things that we're embarking upon now.
Absolutely, they're really good. So just to wrap up and summarize, no matter what you've been through in life, no matter what you're going through, keep your head up. Things will work out. Always believe and visualize what you want. Keep your eyes on the prize.
That's right.
Okay? Don't matter what people say. Don't matter what it looks like around you. You can make it to where you want to go. So I just want to end with that and say thank you guys so much for watching. And please subscribe to the On Stage Plus on Television Network. $5.99 less than a cup of coffee. And you'll be supporting creatives of color that can help make their dreams come true, or making content that inspires, educates, and uplifts. So with that being said,
all right then.
Thank you. We'll see you guys later.